Hi, this is Kim Pinkney, and welcome to my channel. Alrighty, just getting a few things set up. This whole new setup with uh, using YouTube in this way is like, but hopefully it's seamless on your guys' side. Alright, so let's get some music going and let's begin. All right, so what I'm going to be doing is a new series. Well, new to y'all, not so much new to me. Um, where I am going to be joining K-pop stars, and I'm going to be using, well, that's nothing new, haha. Um, but I'm going to be drawing them specifically so I could put them on Teespring. So if they take off, cool, I'll have some passive income. If not, I'll be the only one wearing my shirt. So anyway, trying to figure out the best way to whip this bad boy out. Do. And I'm going to change this up a bit. All right, so focusing on Rose from Blackpink, I'm going to go ahead and start drawing her. It's been a while, so it might be a little rusty. Let me bring this back out. All right, so I always like to start out with at least a sketch here. Let's see, soft brush is one of my favorites, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Let's see, can't remember if that was, okay, that's opacities. Okay, all right, and that's small. All right, so, la la la. The idea I had for her was to do her as the ox, or at least wearing I don't know, something like a hoodie, possibly, maybe something sexier, but pretty much probably a hoodie. And let's see, I think I'll have her head just kind of tilted to the side here. I'm gonna have her hands up. So this is one paw right here. And I'm gonna give her some like ponytails, because she's supposed to be oxen. That's another hand here. And then just got to figure out how I want to do her body, and also kind of show off the hoodie. So we'll kind of have it maybe off a bit like this, and just kind of have her hair doing that sort of thing. Her head is tilted this way. Let's see. And let's see, we'll kind of have her body kind of do this sort of thing. And make this a little bigger. There we go. Alrighty, and then let's see. Yeah, this weekend I was like, you know what? Let me try the Teespring thing. You know, you have a lot of options and stuff like that. And I uploaded one of my K-pop guys, but I'm like, this is kind of cool. You know, just to see them placed on like the templates of the shirt and stuff like that. And I'm like, ooh, I like this. I like this. So I might end up, once I have enough money, because these things are expensive, buy my own hoodie. Like, okay, Kim, all right, maybe I don't have to make my own. The only thing I don't like about Teespring is that you know, their hoodies, they're not like as immersive as like the ones that I would do by hand. Um, but we'll see how they turn out. I'm gonna end up. I know I definitely want to buy this one. And once it's up and completed, I'll go ahead and put the link on so that if you guys are interested, you can buy it as well. And I'll see if I can set up a promotion so it's not so expensive, because like one of their hoodies is like 40 bucks and I'm like, oh good lord, gotta take out a loan. And I was also frustrated with them because like one of my images they wouldn't let me put up, and of course it was like it's not everything was made by me, so I can understand why they wouldn't let me. Let me see. I want to make another layer. That way I can finalize stuff. I'll make this one just a little bit more transparent. This bottom layer was just to kind of give me an idea and kind of maybe warm up my paws a bit on where stuff is going to be placed. But you know, with the eraser tool, everything's subject to change. Oh yeah, I was going to drop the opacity on this. And I apologize if you did not sign up for the digital. For now, I think I'm going to work on digital because I need the money, buddy. Need the money. No, it's not all about money. It's a lot of fun, but I've had a lot of fun doing this stuff. I'm trying to decide what color do I want to do. I think I'll do a light brown, and we'll just kind of keep it in this area because I think I can go over that color, no problem. There we go. And I want to start at the eyes because the eyes are so much fun. And the thing that really got me back into digital, besides doing the Teespring thing, was that I was looking at, and give me one quick second, I was looking at this one particular picture. I didn't finish it, but it was so intense looking, the eyes, and I'm like, oh my god, let me come back to this. I don't know, when I was looking at it, I was like, oh dog, this is beautiful. And I was like, I remember drawing while I was on the bus, and it's like, this is what it looks like when it's out, but when it's zoomed out, it was like, oh dog, I have to go back to digital, even if it's just for a heartbeat. So, and then Teespring, I figured that let me go ahead and see if anybody likes it as much as I do, and I'll see if I can promote it a little bit here, and if I get lucky, yeah, you never know. Win-win situation. But yeah. So like the darker areas, I'm going to go ahead and use like this black here. It kind of comes off as a little bit of like a light gray. We'll just go ahead and get the faces that we need here. And I was looking at other people's work, not to compare myself or anything like that, because you know I love looking at other people's work. And I came across one where the stuff was drawn like super well, but it was all the same stuff. It was all from one particular theme. That's not the color I wanted. Why you not take my color? Since she's kind of like Blackpink, I'm going to kind of stay in that kind of realm. And we'll bring that over here. About right there. Okay. So anyway, and I'm like, how do you draw the same thing over and over again like that? I mean, I like to expand, try different things. And I'm like, the discipline that it takes to stay in one style and, you know, kind of master that style and make it your own is just like phenomenal to me. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be so surprised, but I think it's cool. If you can find your niche and find your style, that is beyond awesome. But I like the look at me spitting on the screen. I like the constant challenge and the change. I don't know. I think, yeah, I do like that. I do. Showing things in a different light. Oh, that wasn't the pink I was looking for. We'll go back here. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get back to my fundamentals because I'm trying to remember. And I want this more red. There we go. I think that'll work. Yeah, because I've been away from digital so long, and it feels like it's been a couple months. I don't want to lose my edge. Ha. It's like I just learned how to do this crap. How do I forget? But it'll come back to me, definitely. So what I'm doing now is I'm pretty much just shaping the eyes, the way the person looks, and then I'm going to use like a bit of a gray here. I should give her own palette. I think I'll do that. We'll create a new palette. New. We'll call it Rosé because that's what we're playing with. Oops. Why am I typing on my computer? Oh, that's so funny. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I have an error message on my stream. Which K-pop star is she going to draw? I am going to be drawing Rosé. Let's see. I'm having a little error message here. Huh, okay, let me see. I don't want to end my stream though. If this is not giving you guys any issues, just let me know. Let's see, stream health. It says my stream is kind of poor. If everything is coming through okay for you, let me know. If it's not, I'll stop and we'll do something else. But it's funny. I typed on here. I totally forgot. We'll make that the default, and we'll take. Let's see, Rosé's color. I'm going to use a little bit of this color. Oh, I'll just make a new one. Go ahead. Default. Damn you. Default. Oops. Will it take that? Yeah. Sweet. Oh, I didn't know I could pick and move. Alright. That'll work. I'll take that. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Alright. What other colors am I going to be using? I think I'll use that one. I definitely will need a black. She's got kind of like this colored hair, but a little bit redder. We'll put that in later. Let's see. I don't see anything else. Get a little white in there. That's not a bad start. Okay, and let's see. I usually use like an even paler tone. I don't see it. Okay, no worries. Oh, the gray. I need a gray. Oh my god, I need a gray. I need like a blue gray. We'll take this one and we'll play with it. Okay. And back. Okay. There we go. Sweet. Alright. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. I got that part going. Got the little gray going. Yeah, if let's see. Make this a little bit more transparent. Yeah, it's going to take me a bit to... What is this thing? Am I on the wrong layer? I've been drawing on the wrong layer. Oh, fuzz. Okay, no worries. Just do it on this layer. we'll have to just do some cleanup. We'll make this a little bit bigger. Yeah, if you guys are able to see me just fine, I'm gonna disregard this error message. But if it, oh, now it says it's excellent. Okay. I'm about to give a middle finger to this damn thing because it's not making any sense. Let me see. And I don't think it'll let me edit this while I'm playing. So let's do this. Just keep going. So the one thing I love about this digital is I can manipulate so much more. And I love playing with these tones. Okay, I need it darker. Do I want to go... I want to get this, but I want to get in that tonish area. And we'll come back down. Alright. And Tatted Hearts, it's good to see you. The one with the, what was it? The, what was I going to say? Totally freaking forgot. The K-pop star that I had done, as the cat and mouse, that's the one that is going to be featured for a shirt on Teespring, my Teespring. And a little bit later, once I am kind of done with this, I'll go ahead and make that a thing, you know, put the link on. Actually, I could do that right now while I'm BSing. Let me see, we'll edit. And there's my description. Okay, so let me see if I can find my link to Teespring. And I think I was calling my, let's see, view store. Calling my store Pinky, Pinky Shirt. Yeah. All right. And I don't know if that'll save. There it goes. Sweet. Yeah, and a lot of these changes are coming about pretty much because of the age restriction type of thingamabobs that they're trying to enforce. I guess people have been complaining, or, you know, kids have been watching the wrong thing, and I don't blame them, because, you know, if I'm thinking I'm watching Disney and then all of a sudden boobs pop out, even for a second, it's like, oh no, now I gotta explain something to a kid. Ask your parents, yeah. No, but let me see if we can get the features down before we have to vamoose. And I think I want this gray to be a little warmer, so I'm going to come over this way, so, and down, just so I have kind of like a warm gray going on. And I'll stick that down there. Let's see, I'm not liking this gray. Oh, I love how I can just erase it. Let's see, we'll bring it even a little bit more warm. There we go. We'll add that, and we'll spit you out. Spit spit you out. Spit. It's supposed to be yes, thank you. Phooey. Okay. There we go. Oops. The color that would not leave. There we go. That's what I want. Okay, so let me do this. Now there's one program that will let you just touch it and then throw it away. But this one maybe work for it. And I'm just pretty much adding this tone where I see it. Let me erase. Just kind of bring it down a bit. And I think I'll start to do a little bit more the hand-drawn stuff probably on the weekend, where I can do it like on screen without interruption. That way I can get back to doing my Art with Edge characters and stuff like that. And instead of like drawing from the book, maybe grab some elements from the book and then making it our own. So, art with our edge. Ah. Let me soften this up a bit. Okay, so her lips are kind of this tone. Let's see. Bring that down some. Let's see, I think I'll have her smile. This is kind of like a playful tone. And hopefully I don't jack her up that much. Yeah, at first I was going to have her hold her, well, I'm having her hold her hair, but I was going to have her with her fingers up, like kind of making like a bowl type shape. And that might look better than the hair, but I thought that the hair would look more like, you know, stereotypical horns type of thing. As I spit on the screen and some more. Yeah, that's not gonna hurt anything. A little spit between friends. A little DNA on my monitor here. My little iPad. Okay, so let's see if we can straighten out her face a bit. And we'll close up those eyes a bit. It's like I'm using 2 or 3 different photos of her to compile together. Like one photo, I love her eyes, the way they are and the color and stuff like that. And the other one has the smile that I want, but not the color tones. Here's laziness in action. Just kind of smudge it in. Let's abuse the smudge tool. And just kind of smooth everybody out here. Let me see. It looks like she's got more cheekbone here that I'm giving her. So, let's see. Let's extend it a bit. I'm giving her like crazy bags under her eyes too. It's like she's worked really, really hard. And keep spitting. Let's spit. More work. All right. Bring that down. We'll bring this up a little bit. All right, let's see. Oh, I see what I went wrong. Okay, so both pictures that I'm using, like the one that has really awesome color tones, is facing in a different direction than the one that I want to use, which has the big smile. So, let us adjust. So what I'll do is I'll get my basics down with the one with the smile, so I can capture her likeness and everything. And then we'll go to, once I've got all that down, once I'm pretty confident that I got her here, I'll go ahead and add the other part. She always seems to have hair on this side, like she's trying to make her face more narrow. So let's do that. Ooh, we'll give her braids. Oh, it's gonna be a bear. This one's gonna take a while. I was watching and this is relevant. I gotta keep telling myself, stay relevant to the story, or to what I'm doing. I might digress, but yeah, there was a controversy with a guy in a barbershop in Korea making giving Koreans ethnic looking hair, you know, afros, braids, dreads, stuff like that. But the problem is they look good. And I'm like, you know what, I don't know if I can fault anybody. I really can't. I mean, hair is hair, and if you want to express yourself, the only time I have a problem is when they'll dress like us but not accept us. You know what I'm saying? You wanna use my culture but don't accept our people, you know, type of thing. You know, and yeah, the struggle and whatnot. Yeah. We all have our struggles. But there's sometimes you just want to have braids. You want to put stuff on them. And you want to, you know, and it's funny. Everybody is, very few people are happy with the way they look. They got to have, it's like they have curly hair, but they want to straighten it. They have straight hair, but they want to curly it. They want to make it more textured. You know, and it's like we each want each other's thing. And it's like, you know what? I ain't gonna be mad at people for this. This is their bodies, their hair, their whatever, their culture, whatever. Do what you gotta do. Life is too fleeting. I must be thirsty because I keep spinning! Oh my god! And her eyebrow's too high. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it just for the moment. And I'm gonna play up some of this warm gray stuff. Okay, so I'm using the tones from the darker image, but I wanted to use the tones from the lighter image. But I like the darker image because it brings out that black pink idea, the concept. I don't know. Let's see. Let me see how far off I've strayed. Not too bad, I guess. I'm gonna give her that pale porcelain skin. Let's see. She's got... Trying to identify the color here. Let's see, it's more light. I think that's about it. And I'll bring it over a little bit more for the darker tone. We'll add that there. She has a lot more red. That's reflecting her hair, so we'll give her like red braids. I think that'd be tight. Yeah, and I'm throwing an urban edge onto this anyway, so I don't mind drawing her like that. Let's see. Okay, let's see if we can get her lips and stuff. Because let me go back to the darker image. And I'm going to zoom in a bit. Don't think I've caught her just yet. Now when you smile, your nose widens. So I've got to move her nostril here. I'll take that out. And we'll go back to this. And I want to see if I can capture that same intensity as I did on Old Boy's face. I'm going to make that a little darker. We'll just add that down there. Instead of giving her nostrils like pure black, I'm trying to tap in a little bit into the colors. And that's another thing that I like about drawing digital. You can use the color, like say you've got your color scheme is like red, like old girl here, and your black can have like little shades of red. You know, I can get away with that. I'm like, ooh, I like that, I like that. Let's see, this right here is gray. Right here is gray too. Let's see, will it let me tap back? Let's see. We'll clean it up. Because everything that I do comes back to another area. So I think that's another reason why I jump around just a bit. Like all this right here will affect everything right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. This is really dark right here. I'll probably end up using that dark brown again. Let me tap back. Okay. And I want to use a darker brown right here for like really darker shadows. without using black. Okay, there we go. And let's see if we can go back to gray. And then we'll finish up the nose part. See, this is another thing, using the colors instead of, and the colors and the tones, to define your, okay, wipe my mouth, to define your image. Instead of using like hard black lines, and then using the light and dark of the image to give you what you need. That is one thing I did not learn until a lot later in my drawing my drawing saga. We all have one. Some let it end, and others they still keep it going, All right. Let's keep this. Bring that down some. There we go. She's got like really soft. Bring it down even further when it's really soft. Diffuse it a little bit more. I don't want to make her look old. There we go. Let's give it that hint. And this is all got to soften up too. And we'll see if we can make that softer. And we'll just tease that color out a bit. Just really gently. It's even the most subtle color that you can just barely tap it out. There we go. All right. Oh God, I love it. All right. And to define the face, you want to go ahead and use those tones as well. This is that black I'm going to be needing. And I'm going to bring that on down here. I'm going to bring that back up. We'll just make it nice and hard. There we go. We'll bring it even further down. It's blacker than black. And if you were watching any of the other videos I was doing, where you have to decide, a lot of it is, especially if you're doing black and white, which part is darker? Is it this part that's going to be darker, or that part going to be darker? Well, obviously this part's going to be darker, so it's going to define this. And usually where there's darkness, there's a corresponding light. So I'm going to go fill this in real quick. Now, doing braids should be a lot of fun because I've got that duplicating tool. It's not going to be as frustrating. Let's see, I want to be darker. Be darker! I think this is as dark as I can go. Okay, yeah. Oh! Did I drop the opacity on this freaking level? Let me see, hold up. I did. Son of a biscuit eater. Okay, hold up. Let's see. Okay. That's a lot better, because my blacks were like super gray. But that was not a bad thing to have as like an undertone. Let me go back and put it like right there, and then work on this layer. And we'll keep the other one like an undertone. Okay, don't want to get too far down. I want to really work on this area here. Okay, so back to here. I want to use a bit of the warm gray. And we'll just bring it down just a smidge. Bring that down. And I'm going to define her nose, and I'm going to define her eyes. And then I'll come back down and define her mouth. Got an interesting nose. Soften this. It's much darker on this side, and then it gradually lightens up as it gets closer to her cheek here. It's darker here, but I'm not going to mess with that just yet. Okay, so let's see if we can define those eyes. This is the darkest part here. And I can't see her eyelashes, so I'm just going to kind of fake it. And I'm doing this sort of motion, like a rocking motion. And just kind of alternate the lengths there. And then right here on this eye, I'm only using the black where I see it very dark. And again with the rocking motion. And I need to see how the eyes are looking here. Try to get some symmetry. Now her head is kind of tilted sideways a bit, and I'm trying to decide if I need to raise her eye up a bit. This one might need to raise just a smidge, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. Oh, but the downside is that most of the stuff is on this layer here. So let me see if I can lift that. There we go. That's the majority of it. And is it closer? Let me check out her lengths here. Okay, so when I measure between the eye and you got, oops. Let me put it back. Put it back. Let's see, about right there. And I just gotta kind of eyeball it a bit. Eyeball it. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so we'll do that. And then we'll just kind of smudge out any areas that show that we manipulated it. And then like right here, Let's see. We'll take this layer here. Just kind of smudge that in a bit. Not too bad. Her eye more has, I think her lid cuts more into her eyeball here because it has more of a triangular shape than like oval or round that I've got here. Slightly. And she's wearing like lighter contacts, so I'm going to tap those colors too. Let's see, we'll erase a bit. Yeah, that first layer was supposed to be for just an outline type of thing. Let me know where everything is going to go. Placement. Okay, so I need like an orange. And what I'm trying to do is get like the under her eyes here, so I can get that the roundness going. And it's about, we'll say it's about that tone. And we'll soften it up a bit, make it a little bit bigger. And the light of her eye is more over here too, because I don't want her to look cross-eyed. Alright, let's see. There we go. See how much we can get done. Okay, now the closer I get to the light, the lighter the eye bag is going to be. Except in this area. This is going into like a little bit of the gray, but I'm going to tease this back out a bit. Just kind of grab some of these tones here. Okay, in her cheekbone, I'll just take a little bit of that and kind of drag it down a bit. Drag it as far as it'll let me. And then I'll start to close this gap here. We'll make this a little bigger, the size of the brush. I'm just trying to tease it out as much as this thing will let me. Okay. Maybe it's on a different layer. Let's try the other layer. Yep. We'll just tease it out. I'm going to merge these two layers together so I don't have to fuss with, where's this at? Why is this not moving? I'm going to use some of the eyebrow here to give me some tone. It's pretty dark right here. And it's really orange right here. Let's see. Oh, that's good. Drop the opacity a bit, just to give it that softer tone and kind of have her eyebrows meet. Let's see. And then right here, let me drop this down a bit. See, one of the things you got to keep in mind that the eye is round, it's not flat. So this is like a ball inside of a socket. And I have this part right here is what's going around the ball. And this is one of the bulgy parts that are holding the ball in place, the eyelid. When it bulges out, it has tone. The further away you get from the light, it darkens up. But then if the ball like kind of curves really fast, this part right here is going to be darker. And then all of a sudden it'll turn lighter over here. So these two areas are different from each other. Okay, so half the fun is trying to figure out how to get this to cover the eyeball. Symmetrically. And not all eyes are symmetric. If you're drawing like real life people, from, you know, one eye might be a little bit more wonky than another. If you ever see a picture of Shannon Doherty, that if you ever try to draw her, bless your heart, her eyes are definitely not symmetrical. They're not on, I don't think they're even on the same plane. It's like, and she's a pretty girl, but it's like, you know, she goes against what you've been taught. You know, keep things symmetrical. Okay, so I'm going to, because she looks like she's getting kind of crossed, I'm going to take a look at my shadows and my placement of line, or my placement of color, and see where I'm going wrong and what I need to do to adjust. So for one thing, yeah, her eyes might be a little too big. Let me bring that down, or at least give it one line. And I'll move this out a bit. Now she looks like she's looking in that direction when I want her to look at us. So I'm going to move this completely. And I'm going to put that like over here. And it's also trying to figure out where the bend is. So let's see if we can get that bottom part here. We'll make her look like she's like got cataracts or something. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what I also do is look at the negative space around the eye. How much of this is showing versus how much of this is showing. Is there, like my hair, my eyelashes are, they're maybe a little bit too long or going down too soon. So I'm going to open this up a bit and then try again. Makeup is one thing that throws off the eye intentionally. People want their eyes to look longer, or longer or more open, so they'll add eyelashes and stuff. And what I do to try to keep the proportions going is I focus on where the corners of the eyes are, not where the makeup is. If you focus on where the makeup is, it'll completely throw you off. So you want to kind of focus on this corner to this corner. How much of this corner is showing? Where's the iris in comparison to the eye whites? How much of that is showing? And yeah, your person can be moderately cross-eyed too, so that's another thing to keep in mind. I don't think she's got that. I think it's purely the person behind the pin. Okay. Alright. The nut behind the pin that needs to be adjusted. Okay. So, another thing that I do is I look on this part right here, the lid, and I see how far over on the lid the ball of the iris starts. And then right here, because wherever it is, it bulges out, so it creates that arch, and that's where I'll draw that line, and where it starts to come down, and hopefully it's about the same size as the other one. It throws me off because the eye on this side here is dark. Her eyes are dark, so I can't see where the center of her eye is, so I'm kind of guesstimating. So I'm guesstimating that it's like right here. We'll give her about a little eye shine. About right here. Which throws off my picture. Okay, let me go back. Just a smidge. The eye shine in the picture that the source image that I'm using, it's about like right here. And then I look to see, is it touching the bottom of the lid? And how much of it is touching? And how much of it is like, is it like a complete circle? Is it being cut by the bottom lid? Those are little questions that I look at, you know, internally to figure out if I'm getting the eye just right. You know, I'm going to smudge it instead. Nah, we'll color it. And so, and also, your person may have some shadows at the corners of the eyes. And this is probably about where the iris is. I need to move my eye white. Okay. So, she has about a smidgen of the eye white showing. And then the rest is shadow and eyelash. I'm being very generous with eyelashes on her. And then she has the eye fold here. And also you need to see where the, you know, if you're drawing hooded eyes, you need to see where the eye fold is and what color it is. Is it black? Is it a deep dark brown? On her, it looks kind of like a deep dark brown, so I'm just going to go ahead and go with that. And wherever the shape is, and just kind of mold the shape to what you're trying to do. I know that sounds weird. It's like in our mind's eye, we have this idea of what the eye's supposed to look like. Go back to that light brown right here. We'll use that one. There we go. And she does, it's not as pronounced on this side, probably because of the shadows and stuff. So I'm just going to add it here just a little bit. All right. Okay, so nose. It's all tone. You don't want to throw a harsh line on there. Ooh, I hate this YouTube Studio thing. Yeah, it is distracting. It's all like black and junk. And okay, I can at least see the chat, so at least I got that. Okay, all right. I'm going to look at the colored one that I like and see what color her eyes are. Okay, so she's got like this bluish grayish contacts on. Let's go ahead and tap into that. Let's see. It's like blue, but gray. And let's see. How blue, how gray. How gray thou art. That's not bad. Okay. So let's go ahead and add that. And if you really want to get that intensity in there, look at all the cones and stuff like that in there. Otherwise, you know, like, and all the different like colors and shines that you see in the eye. You really want to get that intense, realistic look. Yeah, I could see the, oh, that's right. I realized that it's not quite in the same position as the other eye, so I was about to make some adjustments. I'm like, no, don't do that. Just take the colors and run. Take the colors and run. Yeah, she's got a lot more, she's got better lighting in this particular image that I'm grabbing her eyes from. Let's see. I think I want that to be a darker blue. Right. And in looking in her eyes, you may even see other colors. Let's see, I got the black, I've got the eye shine, which I'll make a little bit lighter. Not quite white, but just a little bit lighter. This one's much smaller. And she's got really hooded eyes, so all the dark tones are going to be underneath here. And I'm just trying to enhance the hood. Just add a few more lashes. Because her eyes are hooded, her lids, either if they're not teased up, they will angle this way instead of like this. So yeah, makeup. But I keep it beneath, like a lot of other eyes, you can bring the lashes up this high, but because of the hood in her eye, it stays pretty much really tight inside here. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let's get some more of her features in here. I'm like super zoomed in too to do all that. And then in this particular one, you can kind of see like a hint of the shadow of lower lids, lower lashes. And I'm just going to add those in there. Okay, this needs to come down a bit. And it was a darker tone. But on the light one, let's see, what color is it? Yeah, I can get away with that. Okay. Alright. This is going to be like a dark brown. Maybe about this brown here. Now, doing the nostrils, you want to kind of stick with tones. You don't want it to be, you don't want it to look like a pig nose. where you're like just straight up drawing a black hole. This is the only area really on the nose that you can probably get away with um, what's the word, with black there. And let's see, let me bring this up, and probably down in the lips when they're together. Right here we can get away with some really deep dark tones. But the nostril should be just a shadow. It's a shadow of itself. Whoops. Trying to think of how I want to trim this nostril a bit. Let's see. Eraser. Make it small. And we'll just trim it. And usually right after a shadow like this, there's a light. So there's a slightly lighter tone, and then it'll come on into different other tones. Now you're getting your shape of your lips and your nose and stuff like that from the underlying bones and teeth and cartilage. Yeah, it's good to have a moderately well versed, well, you know, a little bit of knowledge on a bit of anatomy. You can't see your teeth very well, but it's the teeth that make the mouth jut out like it does. So it's not a straight line that comes across. It's kind of like say these are her teeth, and this is her upper lip, and like imagine like maybe this part right here are the gum line, and so it's not straight. The lips, they have the little bow down below, you know, and then, you know, well, the lips and the mouth comes over it like that, so it's curving around. So try to keep that in mind when you're drawing a mouth or teeth, that it's curving around. So I'm not drawing straight across, I'm drawing just like the hints of where things are. Here's that part I was trying to demonstrate. This is where my knuckle was. And then around to this way, and it kind of folds into itself. And then there's the tongue, which is, oh god, Dandra! I am like, my mouth is like super juicy today. Let's see. There's a bit of a shadow. She opens her mouth. There's a bit of a shadow because the teeth are over her tongue. She must be singing. It's like, how dare you just assume, Kimberly? And the tongue can vary between pink and orange-ish, like coral. Just refer to your image. But it's usually like dark right here. I would not make the teeth too bright. I would probably like shade them in with like a gray. Let's see, and we'll use like a cooler gray. So we'll go into the blue and come into this gray, and I'll just toss that down here in case I have to go. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, okay, I got time. I'm going to drop the opacity down a bit on that gray. And because her lips jut out just a little bit, there'll be a little bit of a shadow. And wherever the light hits it, is going to kind of light it up. So let me just go ahead and give it a little tone. You know, kind of soften it a bit. And then you can lighten it up with like white in certain spots, like maybe the light's hitting it a little bit harder here. And let the tones beneath it give it the shape. So let me see, I'm going to make inner teeth kind of recede back there. That's another thing, do not go just straight across. You want to give it like this curve. I'm letting the black shadows of the tongue kind of define where the bottom of the teeth are. I could probably go up a little higher. And if your black isn't coming out like you want it to, up the opacity or down the lower the opacity. Or go onto a whole nother layer. Okay. And just for giggles, I'm doing a gentle outline of where her lips are, because that is in shadow. Alright, okay, so let's open her mouth up a bit. There we go. We'll show where her tongue is. We'll just throw a little pink on there. Black pink. Ah! Let's see. I haven't decided what color I want her lips to be. I think they'll just be a natural pink. Or natural looking pink. Alright, and then the further away I get, let's see, we'll darken the pink up a bit. There we go. Let me see what colors I had for the other girl. Here, yeah, hers are more of a reddish pink, so let me go a little bit redder. There we go. And then with lips, they fold. They're big, round, puffy. You want to keep them soft and puffy, and just give them that shape, like as if you're coloring a cylinder. And because if her lips are really soft and they're not like pulled across, there'll be like a bit of shadow to give it kind of like a, like this is the top part where it's hitting the light, getting the light. This part is the darkest part away from the light, and then it starts to lighten up because it's picking up light from something else, like a bounced light. So here's like that crest. And I'm trying to see if there's a place on her lips where it does that too. It's darkest like right here, and then it starts to lighten up. Here's the crest again. And lips aren't smooth. They have ridges and bumps. Not bumps. You shouldn't have bumps. Bumps, you should see a doctor for that. They should have like grooves and things like that, because lips can puff out, they expand, especially when you're talking, they need to expand. So we'll throw a little bit of pink in there. And usually I use about 3 different colors of pink, or 3 different colors period, when I do artwork. there'll be the lightest tone, the mid tone, and the dark tone, and maybe even another tone in between, depending on how much light I'm working with and how much detail I've got. So it could be a very pink highlight to where it's so light that it looks like it's white. It may even be white because the light's hitting it so hard. And maybe some different spots on the lips that are doing that, picking up that light. And then maybe a softer pink. And same thing with red or any other color that you may be using. Oh, sorry. My thing was drifting. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's get a little bit more tones here. She has gray in her shadows, so that's why I've been using the cool gray and the warm gray, mostly warm gray. And when I say cool gray and warm gray, it just means which one's closer to red, which one's got that warmer tone. Like pinks are warm, and her skin is fair, so it's picking up a lot of ambient color that'll be coming from off of her red hair. And she's got we keep the pale skin thing going, and we can orange it up a bit so it's not all pink. So we got a little bit of orange there, and then we can move it from that, or keep it there, and then just drop the opacity a bit. And let's see what we come up with. Make that a little softer. And that gives it a little bit more warm in her tones. Now, if you can't achieve the warm shading, try dropping the opacity of that layer, and that'll soften up that color as well. Let's see if we can get her face here. Get that cheekbone. Get that gray going again. Let's see, maybe the warmer gray. No, a little bit cooler because she's in the shadows. Okay, so I'm going to bring a bit of the shadows here because she's singing. And a bit of the shadows here because this is the darker side of her face. And I got my opacity like way down. And I'll just bring it around wherever I see it, and then I'll just kind of soften it. All right, and then a little bit more. I'm going to drop this down a bit. Maybe make that we'll make it about right there. Bring it up a bit, and then give it more tone. And then I think I'll make it a little darker by bringing it up a little bit higher. I'm just going to go ahead and soften some of this up. Now this is on a different layer. If this is too bright, I can always drop the opacity down a bit on either layer to make it one or the other stand out more. Now I'm trying to decide, do I like her lips like super pink or red? Let's keep going, and then we'll decide if we're going to go redder on what we want to go. Okay, so that's not a bad start on the face, but now it's 6 o'clock and it's almost time for me to go, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going on her outfit. So at least you'll have an idea of what I'm working with here. Now I'm thinking about going a bit sheer on the blouse, but we'll do something playful on it or something maybe with cow colors or something like that. And let's see. So these are going to be braids, but I got to figure out where on her head they're going to be attached to. Let's see. Do I want them on the sides? Oh, I could. Okay, all right. I got to figure out a style. I want to give her a nice little braided style. Let's see. We got to also figure out where her ears are. Let's see. So on one image, let's see. I'm going to use that. Okay. Her ear is like right here. Now the cool thing about me working, let's see. Oh shoot, that's right. We're gonna go red. Okay, so let me get back to red. We'll use like reds and browns. There we go. Why did that not go to red? Let me get rid of you. Where's red? That's the tone I want. Ish. There we go. We're going to work with those. Maybe about these three, possibly. Maybe not fire engine red there. Okay. Is that when I am working on this, I can do an instant replay. So you really won't miss anything. So I'll do an instant replay of where... Let's see, where do I'm trying to decide, do I want, we'll have a couple braids here, and then a couple braids here, and I'll have braids right here. And then we'll have a few right here that are coming down. Okay. And then her top, let's see, her body will be about light brown. We'll give it a light, we'll give it that tone, a little bit lighter for the outline. And then, let's see, we'll bring it down, down, down. Gotta catch up. There we go. Bring that up a bit. Now she's probably not this well endowed. Here's the fun part, is getting the proportions right too. Because I did make the head a little bit larger than I anticipated. Let's see. gotta stretch. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. We'll bring that down a little bit further. There we go. And that should be closer to her proportions. She's really slender. Don't need it that big. Come on, catch up. Oh, that's the eraser. Okay. All right. Anyway. So her hoodie, I want it to be really bulky, but I want it to be cute too. Let's see. Let's get those hands defined so we can see where I'm going to put the hoodie. So the hoodie is going to come over here. We'll give it like a little animal head. Let's see. We'll give it the little ears. This one I'm not afraid to go black with. We'll do brown. No, yeah, we'll do black. Because we'll make like a black and white cow or something like that. But with cute eyes. Let's see, we'll give it the cow muzzle. Oh, but it is an ox. We'll give it the steer look. We'll make the ears come out right here. And we'll kind of give it like some fuzz. We'll give it like little horns. Make it kind of cute. Make it kind of cute. Think cute, Kim. Did I put this on another layer? I did not. Well, shucky ducky. I want it on a different layer so in case I change my mind, I don't have to monkey up anything else. So let me back it up. Or just erase. The ears are fine. Now we'll put them on a different layer. Yep, that's what I forgot. Work in layers, Kimberly. So I want part of the cow. There we go. Right here. Shoot, it's time for me to go. Okay, the alarm is going to go off soon. Okay, so for those of you who are just joining, here's the beauty of working digital as well. You can see a quick instant replay. And let's see, I gotta decide where I want the eyes to go. We'll have the eyes go this way. Why not? And they'll be big. Here's the big nose. We'll even throw a little nose ring there. And if bad comes to worse, maybe I won't do the cutesy animal. Animal hoodie. Guaranteed that nobody else will do this. And just make it a little fuzzy. We'll make it cute. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick instant replay of where we are and how we got here. Here's the video. Time-lapse replay. So basically I had started out with the outline, and unfortunately I forgot to put it on its own layer. So I began drawing on this particular layer too, and I'm like, you know what, just go freaking with it. So we're drawing her out, trying to ascertain which side of the face that I like, because I've got like 3 different images of the girl, and I had to pick and choose. Which one am I gonna go with? So pretty much I decided to do the one with the smile, and then come back and adjust for color with the one that had the better lighting. So and as I was going, I was explaining some things about anatomy, and when you're drawing the mouth and the nose and things like that. Some of the things I look out for when I have some difficult faces to draw are different characteristics with the eyes, how to position the eye and the iris and whatnot. I'm a zoom in on, because we didn't do too much out here, not at this point. And let me see if it makes it easier to see with the light out. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Oops. Alrighty, so I'm going to be working on this while I still have power on it, and I will be adding some things like I think I'll start on her braids, because there's going to be a lot of them, and I might scrap the idea with the horns, not the horns, but the hoodie portion with the face and everything, but I think it looks kind of cute. And then on her jacket, I'm going to put like some sort of design, like it'll say like Year of the Ox or Moo. But that's where we are. You guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video, and hopefully we'll have a lot more done. All right, take care. Bye-bye.